Good morning. How's it going, guys? Yuri here. Welcome to Coach's Corner. We've got some contracting going on in the house, so I'm going to try to make this. I'll try to get this in now before it starts getting really noisy. I'd love to talk with you guys today about something I think is massively important as a mindset to have as an entrepreneur, and it's this whole idea of like looking forward to striking out more often. What I mean by that, let me give even some context here. So, in baseball, the leading baseball player of all time, according to batting statistics, is Ty Cobb. And Ty Cobb had a batting average, I believe it was .365. And what that means is that he struck out. He didn't even touch the ball, okay? He struck out more than 6 out of 10 at-bats. Now, the 365 that he hits, they were not all home runs, right? Singles, doubles, triples, bunts, maybe some home runs here and there. But this is the best baseball player statistically of all time, and he struck out more than 60% of the time. Just let that sink in for a second. I was at a tennis camp in Orlando a couple years ago, and it was amazing at the USTA National Tennis Center. I love tennis. It was amazing. And one of the instructors asked the question. He said, the top tennis players, right? So Roger Federer, Rafa Nadal, Novak Djokovic, who between them have dominated the sport for the past 15 years. He asked, what percentage of points do you think they win in a game? And so everyone was like, I don't know, like 80%, 90%, whatever it was. And he said something that was it completely baffled my mind. He said it was roughly 55% of the points in a game they won. Guys, 55%. That's not a huge number of points. That means they lost 45% of the other points. Almost half, but on the positive side. These are the 3 best tennis players in history. And they lost 45% of the points during a match, on average. So let that sink in for a second. And this is where the dose of reality needs to sink in, and you need to take this pill every single morning. Is if something you try doesn't work out at first, congratulations, welcome to the club. Okay? And if you're expecting things to magically, miraculously happen overnight for you, you're living in a dreamland, okay? It's not going to happen. And I'm not trying to be pessimistic. You guys know I'm all about positivity and setting the right intention, and you should, okay? Absolutely. Visualize what you want. Expect great things to happen for you. Anticipate smooth sailing, but don't get upset when it doesn't work out like that. In our worlds, when we're helping our clients deploy their perfect client pipeline, which is reliant on Facebook ads, or really any other traffic source, but we use Facebook ads. Listen, we have some people come in and we try to do our best to mitigate expectations. Like their first ad is live and they're like, oh, it's not working after a day. What the fudge, right? And this is something I continue to teach my team about is like really, really, really setting expectations from as early on in the process as possible. And this is something very important that you're going to want to do with your clients and prospective clients is set the expectations so low. Set the expectations so low because expectations are the secret to unhappiness and dissatisfaction. Now, I know that sounds weird. You get in life what you settle for, right? So your expectations and standards really determine what you get in life or the type of life you live. But when we're working with people, and when we're coaching people and when we're working with, it doesn't matter. It could be clients, people in general. Most people don't realize what it takes to win. And they get upset when they don't because they've never won at that level before and they don't realize the journey that's involved. So it's like if you were a personal trainer and you brought on a new client and they thought, well, I'm going to lose 20 pounds. And you're like, great, it's going to be awesome. We're going to lose 20 pounds in 12 weeks. You're going to feel great. And then after the first workout, they can't even move because of the muscle soreness. And they're like, dude, what is going on with my body? This is crazy. I can't even move. And you're like, oh, yes. Sorry. Forgot about that. That's called DOMS, or delayed onset muscle soreness. That's what happens when your body is subjected to new movement patterns or stresses that it hasn't been subjected to in the past. It's like, great, awesome. Tell me that beforehand. What I'm trying to say here, guys, is look to strike out more often. Look to get sore more often. I'm not saying that's metaphorical, okay? I'm not saying like kill yourself, kill your body, work through soreness, work through pain. I'm not saying that. I'm saying seek to put yourselves in situations where you will not win as much. And when I say not win, I'm not saying set yourself up to fail. I'm saying get to bat and swing. If you miss the ball, who cares? Wayne Gretzky says you miss 100% of the shots you don't take, right? Michael Jordan has an amazing quote, which I'm totally going to butcher. And he says something like, I missed this many game-winning shots, this, and this. I missed, and I failed, and I failed, and I failed. And that's why I'm successful. And you guys have to have the mindset of, if something doesn't work out at first, you got to keep going. It doesn't mean the thing doesn't work. It doesn't mean the thing doesn't work. It means that if you give up, you don't work. That's the distinction, okay? I continue to tell my clients, I'm like, great job, your ad didn't work. You should be celebrating that because it's one step closer to a better ad that will. In my time, guys, since 2006, I didn't really write ads in 2006, but let's say when I started advertising 2010, 2011, from then until now, and obviously different businesses, different offers, etc., I've probably written more than, I have to say more than 1,000 ads, easily, more than 1,000 Facebook ads specifically. And just for Healthpreneur, it's got to be above 600 ads, just in the last 6 years, easily over 600 ads. Now, here's the distinction, is that the vast majority of those ads completely tanked. They didn't work, but they got me closer to understanding what could work. And this is the beautiful thing about striking out, is that it forces you to continually go back to the drawing board, and you're saying to yourself, okay, well, that didn't work, let's try this, and let's try this instead. Thomas Edison was said to fail 10,000 times before he invented the light bulb. Like, guys, like, it's important to acknowledge these journeys. Colonel Sanders, the founder of KFC, not that this is a good example for us health experts, but he was knocking on doors. He had, I think it was close to 1,000 no's before someone said yes to his proposition, to his recipe, to his idea of KFC, right? We've all heard of the book authors who were rejected by publisher after publisher after publisher, and then eventually they self-published, or someone picked up their book and they became a bestseller. The message, guys, is that anything worthwhile isn't easy. If it was, everyone would have it, but they don't, because they're not willing to strike out. They take striking out as a defect with themselves. They take it, they internalize it a lot of times. And I understand it's not easy. Believe me, like, it's weird. This last week, I've felt really off. It's weird. A lot of amazing things are happening in my life, and I feel really off right now. And it's I'm sharing this with you because you're gonna have bad days. Okay, you're gonna have bad days, and it's just about like doing your best to move through them. But I can promise you, the only time you fail is when you stop. Right? Can you imagine if Ty Cobb went up to bat and he struck out 7 or 6 times, and then he's like, "This baseball thing isn't for me." But then, had he known that the next at bat he would have hit the ball. Imagine that, right? So imagine that everything you want is on the other side of maybe a few more mistakes, a few more failures, a few more didn't work outs. So when is that going to happen? When is that breakthrough going to happen? When is that ad going to work for you? When is that person going to say yes? I spoke with a client last week who's had 18 calls. She said 18 calls with prospective clients, and all of them said no. And that's demoralizing, right? It's very challenging to enroll people over the phone who've never met you. It's an amazing skill to develop, and it's so amazing when our clients do well with that, because it doesn't have to be 0 for 18. But I asked her, of those 18, how many were a perfect fit for you? And she said 12. I said, great. So now you out of those 12 conversations, what do you think you could have done better? And listen, like, the thing is, it's not about the phone calls. It's about you and your skill development. That's all it is. So I just kept reminding her, I'm like, listen, here's the name of the game. is you need to show up on the daily offer calls. We need to role play every single day like I do with all my clients. You need to find a buddy, partner up, and do role plays every day for 20 minutes. And then while you're going for a walk, while you're in the shower, you need to rehearse and repeat. You need to learn. You need to really just make it, it's got to become as second nature as English. Anything you want to do, guys, anything you want to do in life is simply a matter of skill acquisition. You want to learn how to ride a bike? Guess what? You get on the bike and you fall off. Does that mean bike riding doesn't work? No, it means you need to get back on the bike and learn. You fall off again, you get back up. You fall off again, you back up, get back up. In business, you're going to make some mistakes. It's going to cost you money. Is that okay? Well, let's compare it to school, where many of us have invested hundreds of thousands of dollars, and some people are still paying that back. So what's the bigger mistake, right? It's all mindset. It's all perspective. It's all context. So I share this with you because most people don't have the stamina to keep going. And that's the secret to success, because everything you need to develop to become successful is on the other side of stamina. The only reason I'm here, guys, is because I was too friggin' dumb or stubborn or whatever to quit. And believe me, there were many times where I felt like it. You just got to keep going, okay? So if stuff doesn't work out and you're not getting the results you want, you just got to keep on going. Bridget, thanks so much. That's awesome. Glad your 10-month-old is enjoying this. Because this is an important message, right? Can you imagine if kids gave up crawling or started, like, instead of walking, they just kept crawling forever? We'd have adults crawling down the sidewalks. But we learned, and we learned how to walk, and we fell down, but then we got back up and we fell down again, and it kept going and kept going. So one thing I will suggest is, if you're having a tough time with this, is surround yourself with other people. I know I've gone over time here, but I think this message is really important. Surround yourself with other people who inspire you. Monkey see, monkey do. So if you surround yourself with other people who might not be crushing it yet, but some are, and as long as people are moving forward in the right direction, you need that inspiration. You need to borrow other people's courage. You need to borrow other people's belief. This is why it's so important to work with not just one coach, like a one-on-one, which is fine. You need to be in a community of people, part of a tribe where you can identify with and you can collectively move together, because the rising tide floats all boats. And it's very, very challenging to achieve amazing things in life by yourself. If you can name one professional athlete who's achieved the highest level in their sport by themselves, please let me know. Even the tennis players, what's the first thing they acknowledge after every single time they win a trophy? I'd like to thank my team, my physio, my coach, my hitting partner, all these people, right? You can't do anything great alone. And if you do think you're going to get there, it's never going to happen. You need to wake up and take the reality of that pill. So anyways, if you'd like help around this, if you need help striking out more and getting back up and keeping on going and building that practice online that you know you deserve to build, that can help more people, send me a direct message. If you're liking my stuff, like if you've watched this for any length of time, if you've listened to my stuff, if you've been in my community and you're still not working with us, what are you waiting for? Right? I understand there might be apprehension and fear and uncertainty and doubt, but listen, like, do you think you might have a better chance of winning with our help versus doing it alone? If the answer to that is yes, then send me a direct message. Let's have a chat. I don't bite. There's no pressure. If we feel there's a fit, we can talk about next steps. And if there isn't, that's totally fine as well. Okay? Anyways, I hope you have an amazing day. I have a call with my team in a few moments, and I will speak with you guys mañana. Thanks so much, everyone. Have an amazing day. Keep on going. Keep on swinging. Never give up. Hey, hope you enjoyed this video. And listen, if you're here for a reason. You're a health expert. You know you've got a bigger vision. You've got a bigger role to play in this world. And right now, things are maybe not where you want them to be. If you want more clients, if you want to make more impacts, that's amazing. And I'd love to help you. So I think the next step for you to take is to watch our Perfect Client Pipeline training. It's going to show you exactly how to get clients coming into your virtual practice, your coaching business online, in a consistent and predictable fashion without having to spend all day on social media, without being glued to your phone, without all the grind. You see, if you can't step away from your business and still have it move forward in your absence, then you don't have a business. And I don't want that to be your case, because burnout is a very real problem for health professionals. So I want to help you. So the next step is click the link in the description below. Watch the Perfect Client Pipeline training today. I promise you it'll be a very good use of your time. If you've enjoyed the previous video that you just watched, you will love this masterclass. Again, it's totally free to attend. Watch it now. And at the end, if you'd like our help to take the next step, then by all means, we can show you what that might look like if that makes sense for you. So once again, click the link in the description below. I look forward to seeing you in the masterclass, and I'll see you there.